Lights, camera, action!
Take one, because that's all we doing.
Wine for Lovers 2-0.
Yay!
Line for Lovers 2-0.
Lion for lovers?
Wine for Lovers 2-0. So what's happening out there today, folks?
You know, barbecues and taking mom to Sunday brunch.
Oh, I was going to say barbecue and boobs and bikinis or something like that.
Oh.
I mean, taking mom out to brunch is great too, but, you know, I mean, boobs and bikinis, Daisy Dukes.
What would your mothers think of you?
Sorry, Mom. So, this week on Wine for Lovers,
our adventure was a little different.
We're going to take it down a little bit. And most people out there probably drink beer or have drank beer on occasion. Some of you guys may be beer connoisseurs. But you should look at that as an opportunity. There's a commonality between beer tasting. And I'm not talking Budweiser.
Well, but there's wine that's like Budweiser.
Well, I know, but I'm saying those of us probably been to a microbrew or a tap room or something like that where they have a bevy of wines or beers on the list. Same thing.
Yeah, so interestingly, I am not really a beer drinker. I think it's kind of icky.
Highfalutin beer.
I don't really like beer. Never really have liked beer. Even when I was a kid trying to get drunk, I didn't really like beer. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Mom. Didn't drink until I was 21, Mom. Not. Oh, you didn't drink till you was 21, though, huh?
More like 28, 30. 30-ish.
When
maybe.
you met me?
Yeah, pretty much started drinking, yeah. She caused it.
So I've never really been a beer drinker. And we've gone to different types of ale houses that make their own beers, and I'm always willing to try. I'm always willing to see what I think about something, right? So this week it was date night, and we actually had gone to a restaurant that does grass-fed burgers, and we're like, oh, there's a tap room next to it. Oh, that's interesting. That's curious. And then we realized they were connected together. So we decided to have dinner at the bar, and I asked the bartender to lead me through a flight because they do flights. Just like when you go to taste wine. They do a flight of wine, you taste the wine, right? And what's interesting that we often experience of wine tasters is a lot of wine tasters just say, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Right? I don't like it. I don't like it. But if you never get to a point of talking about what you do like, yes. Maybe it's not what you like, but what are characteristics of it do you like? Yeah. Because the more you can talk about that, the more somebody can help you find something you will like.
Yeah, Anne might be being a little untruthful here.
A little untruthful?
She says she doesn't really like beer, but the few times that we've gone out and I've had like a double IPA, something like that.
Well, there's just so much alcohol in that I can't taste the beer no more.
She likes the double IPA.
But you did an IPA flight, and I didn't like any of those IPAs, and I know why I didn't like them. There were characteristics of them that I liked, but I know overall what I did not like about all four of them.
That is true. But I was experimenting last night. I wasn't just looking at the standard IPA. But the bottom line is Anne was able to identify that she didn't like the bitter flavor that you may get with some beers.
Yeah, like the bitter finish. Yes. So I could relate that to tasting wine, and if a wine is super acidic, that might be what you don't like about it. Because I wonder, we weren't eating when we were tasting those beers. So how would a more bitter beer pair with food, right?
Yes.
And would it be better with certain kinds of food? So I think the same complexities are there, but I think that if you want to find something you enjoy drinking, you have to start focusing on what you do like and being able to describe what it is.
Yes.
Versus just saying you don't like it.
And that's part of the fun, is part of the experience, is going to a tasting room and being led through hopefully you get a person that's good and educated behind the bar and not just pouring, but someone who actually can say, oh, okay, you don't like that, and you sort of give them a little description. Oh, well, it's too acidic. Then they may take you somewhere where the wine is a little bit more suited for your palate.
So I guess we should give a shout out to the tap room we were in.
The tap room, Albany tap room.
Yeah, right on
Nice.
San Pablo. Very
Grassy
nice.
burgers.
Just opened. And Heather on Thursday night did a great job of kind of listening to me and what my experience had been. And then she built a flight for me. And I definitely found one. Well, she gave me a couple little things to taste first. And then based on what I said about them, then she built a flight for me, which was awesome. That rocked.
Yes.
And then, should we do True Confessionals? We went back on Saturday night.
We did. Because it was good.
We had a second date night. And the guy who led us the second night didn't tell us his name.
He did not, but he was good. He definitely knew his beers.
He knew his beers.
We gave him a couple tidbits of information, and he came out with some stuff, and he was even willing to take something back that if we were like, that is like a no-go.
He was like, if you take your first taste and you're like, I don't like it, and sure enough, the one he really kind of thought I would like, I didn't like.
Yes.
Right away I was like, no, and set it aside, and he came back and replaced it with something else for me to try. Yeah. So that was awesome, and that's an awesome tasting room again.
Yes.
It's not like you're stuck with what you got, but it's about the experience and having a great experience. So keep that in mind. Even tasting bubbles. What are we drinking tonight, honey? For Faux Champagne Sunday?
Santana.
Yes.
Mom. Santana, that's right.
Yes.
Carlos Santana has some bubbles.
Yes, he does. And he's actively involved in what it tastes like when it's bottled.
Yes, in the mix.
Yes.
How dry, how sweet, what have you.
Yes.
I think it's the dosage.
And the dosage. And you can only get this at the winery. You cannot get it in a grocery store anywhere. Or maybe if you party with Carlos. I'm trying to help him see the cool foil, but it's very psychedelic on there. I don't think you can see it. His name, there we go. His name is kind of psychedelically done on the label.
Yes. Now you'll notice that I have a different glass, not a flute like Anne. And that's okay too.
Yeah, the women who come to my Bubbles event that I do, I always talk about this. I'm sure we've said it before in a video, right, baby?
Maybe.
There is nothing that says that you have to drink your champagne out of this glass. You can drink your champagne out of the big old bowl from the 60s if you're a Mad Men fan. You can drink your champagne out of a wine glass. Earl still likes to get his nose in it and smell it as part of the experience, so he prefers a bigger glass. What they know, and this is just experience with champagne, is that the bubbles will last longer in the skinny flute than if you put them in a wider, rounder glass. And, yeah, I think we've said this before in video. It just doesn't last that long in your glass, huh, baby?
It doesn't. But since it's Sunday, I need to get to it.
You're looking awfully handsome tonight, baby.
I am?
Yeah.
Whoa. Uh-oh. In search of handsomeness. That's right. Where's Leonard Nimoy when you need him?
You're very handsome.
Oh. Hey. On that note, we're going to have to end it because it's getting warm up in here right now.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Happy Mom's Day!